In the latest news, we have DrDisRespect. Now, not too long ago, the doc started streaming back on YouTube and confront the allegations in the live stream. Now, breaking down this live stream, DrDisRespect started off saying that he was pending a lawsuit where no parties could talk about the lawsuit, and since the ex-Twitch staff leaked the info, the doc said that he respected the rules and that his lawsuit against Twitch was eventually solved. Therefore, the ex-Twitch staff jumped the gun with the leaked info without context and calls out the Twitch staff for not going by the court rules. Doc states in the following after.
Ex-Twitch employee wasn't even involved. Leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you f***ing rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me. You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any first-hand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch.
DrDisRespect then denies the sexting messages to a minor through the Twitch whispers, and he's saying that he used the word minor in his statement to pretty much bait the news media, and DrDisRespect then goes on to say in the following.
When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't. Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack.
DrDisRespect then goes on to say that the Twitch's trustee and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban him, internally admitted that there was no wrongdoing or the whispers were sexting. Then DrDisRespect called out Coney Connors and all these anonymous sources trying to paint a picture against him that he was exchanging explicit messages and photos with a Twitch user, and that he also used the word inappropriate in his statement on purpose, pointing out how it looked defined to everyone else. DrDisRespect then points out that he shouldn't have got banned in the following.
I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. How would each of you, if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words? We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel.
The doc then explains that his ex-Twitch partner manager did nothing back then for the doc in supporting the creator, and the doc was a top streamer back then and he was never seen on the front page of Twitch, which also matches up to my thoughts on the doc situation when the drama first broke out, and I've seen from many other streamers complaining about double standards like Tramex TV back then when the doc was a top streamer.
We got zero support from this guy, and it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager, and just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
So DrDisRespect denies the allegations of no sexting and baited the news media, and Doc also states that he had a poor Twitch ex-manager, and he states that he was targeted to get banned.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch.
DrDisRespect then goes on to say that the ex-Twitch manager reported the doc to the trust and safety and found no wrongdoing. Then the ex-Twitch staff went beyond and sent the messages to his connections to an LTR team. After the first investigation found no wrongdoing, Doc then claimed that the ex-Twitch staff took a bunch of out-of-context messages and reported him.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what? As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. They didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. Unbelievable!
DrDisRespect claimed that he wasn't nervous to be back to a certain degree. The doc is also demonetized on YouTube as well, and people in the chat were asking the doc, now that you're not monetized, you're never going to stream on YouTube again, are you? And the doc responded that he has the option to reapply for monetization on September the 25th. And the doc also states that he enjoys his time here on YouTube, where he built a nice strong community for years. This is where it started 16 years ago, 2008 I think. So the doc will be sticking with YouTube streaming going forward unless he gets rejected from monetization, and he could potentially lean towards kick streaming. But what are your guys' thoughts on this and his response to the situation? Let me know in the comment section below. Here are some of the community's thoughts on the doc situation.
For real, he could make us all look stupid if he would show them, but he still don't want to show anything. He says they took it out of context, but refuses to give the context. In his previous statement, he said he inappropriately messaged. How are people supposed to interpret that except the way it's been interpreted? And remember, this is coming from DrDisRespect himself. He is absolutely going to paint himself in the best lighting possible. It's not like this is some unbiased factual statement he is putting out here, and even in his version of events he sounds like a creep. He said he spoke inappropriately with a minor. He brought up age of consent laws. It doesn't take a genius to read between the lines here. You can't write an admission and then pretend that this is all some smear campaign. Edit. Also, DrDisRespect could just leak the messages. He could just redact them, scrubbing them of all identifying info. Hell, he could just show his messages and not the minors at all. He's categorically refusing to do this. Why would he do this? If he supposedly has the evidence that paints himself innocent, it would after all be the easiest way to make this go away, and he could then proudly clown on everyone accusing him. Everyone knows why. As long as the messages aren't out there, he can keep up this facade that he is being unfairly treated. That goes away as soon as the messages are out there. Pa's doing what everyone on here said he would do, not acknowledging that he admitted to these messages, and instead taking the stance that Twitch employees and journalists went on a smear campaign against him, completely ignoring the fact that he wrote an admission, then edited it multiple times, admitting to these allegations against him. Very obvious he's prepping for a lawsuit of some kind because he keeps referencing the legal definition of sexting, which is a very strange thing to be doing. He said the person he was messaging wasn't a minor on this stream, but in his tweet admission, he said it was a minor, then removed it, then added it back in, and is now claiming he did it as a joke to mess with journalists, but like, why would you try to meme about that? Edit. He just specified the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the messages were sent, so he 100% was talking to a 16 or 17-year-old. He probably didn't send sexually explicit things, but he was absolutely inappropriate. Edit 2. Someone in his chat told him to show the messages, since he says they weren't inappropriate, and his response was to laugh and say, "Are we in second grade?" So I am at this point very, very confident he got inappropriate with a 16 or 17-year-old, and is now trying to use legal semantics to claim that it wasn't illegal. Therefore, he's not a bad person.
Streamers are unable to type in Doc's return stream chat.
Really? Oh, I can type, right? You can't send messages because you subscribe to this video. You subscribe to this channel while watching a video made for kids. What? What? Isn't that his target audience?